So we got 5 people stabbed at the New York City's Penn Station that happened on June 7th.
This morning, new concern about safety at one of the nation's busiest transit hubs, New York's Penn Station, after 5 people were stabbed in a random attack.
I got near track 1. I saw somebody get stabbed. They screamed. Everybody started running. Everybody.
Police tackling the suspect, who they say is homeless and appeared to be emotionally disturbed.
We turned and we ran, and just trying to get out the station, somebody fell, and I made sure to pick them up because I didn't know if the dude who stabbed, how close he was. So I picked them up, and I didn't want to get trampled because we were all just running just to get out of there.
First responders rushing in to help the injured. All are expected to survive.
Something like this happens, we're terrified because it's about our own safety as well.
Meanwhile, the search for suspects continuing overnight after another brazen crime. Panic and chaos after a mass shooting at this popular festival in Toledo, Ohio, sent people running for their lives.
The world is a crazy place. Now, of course, we'll get into that, but we wanted to focus on these 5 stabbings in the Penn Station. But of course, we'll talk about that. Let's get into the
Police say a man went on a stabbing spree inside Penn Station this afternoon, sending multiple people to the hospital. Let's get right out to News 4's Charles Watson with the victims and the latest on the investigation. Charles.
Yeah, well, Rana, there seems to be some confusion in terms of how many people were injured in all of this. Mayor Mamdani released a statement a short time ago saying there were 6 victims. Amtrak police, the agency leading the investigation, however, says there are 5 victims. We are working to try to confirm which number is correct. Nonetheless, it was a pretty chaotic scene out here. We were out in front of Penn Station. Things were calm at first until shortly after 7 o'clock when we heard and saw a contingent of police officers and EMTs rush over to the scene, get out, and immediately start tending to bloody victims outside of Penn Station.
A chaotic scene outside of Penn Station this evening as police and EMTs respond to what authorities say was a stabbing incident. Amtrak police saying 5 people were injured.
They were just like terrified. Yeah, just terrified.
The stabbing happened inside of the station. An employee at a nearby shop says he saw people running in a panic, followed by Amtrak police, who he says tackled a man to the ground before eventually arresting him.
They had to get other cops in order to grab him, you know.
I just saw the cops. They were just running into that area. They pinned him down. There was like 5 cops that pinned him down.
This video shared with News 4 shows multiple officers subduing a person near the New Jersey Transit concourse as people look on. Authorities have not confirmed if this is the suspect. A senior law enforcement official telling NBC News one person believed to have mental health issues was taken into custody following the stabbing. Michael Christian, who works nearby, says he recognized the man who police took down and carted off in cuffs.
I've seen him once, but I didn't think he was capable of doing anything, because most of these homeless people, they're mostly talk. They just talk a lot and they don't really do anything. So that's why I'm kind of surprised he actually did something.
Our camera's rolling as at least 2 victims were bandaged up and put in ambulances on stretchers. One was said to have serious injuries. The rest were told range from moderate to minor injuries. The act of violence shocking to commuters who stumbled upon the bloody scene.
I thought at the beginning it was something like a message that someone wants to give. But then I heard that someone was stabbing here, so yeah, it was like shocking.
And it's always going to be someone mental health related. It's always something mental health related. Now, there's a lot of people with horrible mental diseases or mental illnesses. But I wonder if he has a history of being violent at all. Or if the police were, or any kind of criminal history he had in general. I wonder if we'll find that out. Let's keep going.
Yeah, and so police tell us all of the victims were transported to area hospitals and at last check were listed in stable condition. We're also told that a knife was recovered at the scene, but at this time, no additional information on the person of interest who was taken into custody. Live in front of Penn Station, Charles Watson.
Absolutely wild situation. You never know when something like that will pop off. That's why you got to be prepared. But some of these places, you got to think down. No one is ready for it when they're normal commuting. They're not even thinking about something like this happening in a subway station. Now you got to try to fight and get your way out of there. Some people's running. Some people are going to fall, trample over you. It causes a mass scene. It causes more victims in general. Not from the stabbing, just from the collateral damage of the incident itself. Let's get over into the AI breakdown just to see if they give us any more information about this situation. So we know a total of 6 people, including 5 stabbing victims, and the suspect were hospitalized following a random attack on Sunday evening. So on June 7th, inside the New York City Penn Station, the suspect, identified as 51-year-old Hector de Leon, however you say his name, Hector, 51-year-old Hector, was quickly subdued and arrested by the Amtrak police. The attack occurred shortly after 7 o'clock in the New Jersey Transit Concourse area and the transit hub. So authorities reported that Hector, believed to be unhoused and emotionally disturbed, engaged in what appeared to be a completely random assault on commuters. Officials stunned and tackled him shortly after the rampage began. Police successfully recovered a knife from the scene. Emergency personnel from the fire department responded to the scene, while 6 people in the total required medical transport. The injuries were all broken down. So we got 1 victim who sustained a severe stab wound, but was expected to survive. Jeez, what am I? And then we had moderate to minor injuries. So 4 other victims sustained moderate to minor lacerations. 5 victims were transported directly to the hospital. The suspect was also taken to a separate hospital following his arrest. None of the injuries are considered to be life-threatening. So according to the update from The Guardian, the violence unfolded directly beneath the Madison Square Garden. The incident took place just 1 day before Game 3. Oh, they're just trying to give us a background. It's a crazy situation, y'all. But I would like to know more background information on the Hector, and if he has a history of any kind of violence or any kind of, what is his mental illness that they're claiming he has? I'm not saying he doesn't, and a lot of homeless people do suffer from some kind of mental illness. But what should be done to protect us? Just more police? I mean, they showed up pretty well, but still 5 people were hurt. Luckily, no one died, but it could have been worse. But we will keep up with this to see what else we can find. But it's a crazy situation. But let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said.